Sex is the glue that holds relationships together. So when you guys have mismatched libidos, when your boyfriend, your girlfriend, they don't want to have sex with you as much as you want to have sex with them, this is the thing that can lead to relationships completely falling apart. So in today's video, I'm going to go over some ways you can counteract and fix this problem of having mismatched libidos. Now, there are two different scenarios we have to talk about here. Scenario one, she doesn't want to have sex with her husband or boyfriend, but he wants to have sex with her. Fundamentally, this is caused by her losing attraction to him. It's a sign that the relationship is kind of on its last legs, and really the only solution here is for him to reignite her attraction to him. Now, scenario number two, he doesn't want to have sex as much, but she wants to have sex with him all the time. This isn't necessarily a terrible situation to start off with. Generally speaking, when the woman has a higher desire for sex with her boyfriend and husband than he does for her, typically that means the dynamic in the relationship is actually in a good spot. She looks up to him, she respects him, she's attracted to him. So this is fundamentally actually a good situation to be in. However, if you don't deliver the goods eventually, well then she is going to be incredibly sexually frustrated and she will eventually stray from that relationship simply because her physical needs are just not being met by you. Like we said before, sex is the glue that is holding a relationship together. So in the first scenario, right, he needs to start subtly flirting with other women. And I'm not saying he has to cheat. I'm not saying he has to be super direct and overt, but little subtleties, little subtle things of having women around him, being around women, allows his girlfriend, his wife, to start feeling that little ping of jealousy that she needs, fundamentally needs as a woman, to know that he is actually a man who is desirable, that he is a man who other women are attracted to. That element of social proof and pre-selection is super, super important for women to feel attracted to a man. When his sex drive is actually firing on a 10 out of 10 level, he is able to subtly convey that virile power, shall we say, in his conversations with women. When you're interacting with a woman, she feels what you feel. If you're feeling nervous and anxious, she's going to feel nervous and anxious talking to you. But if you as a man are feeling calm and confident, she's going to feel calm around you and she's going to feel safe around you. One of the key mental frameworks I teach guys to get into when interacting with women is a state of what I like to call calm, confident arousal. That is the optimal state for sexual performance, and it's a great state of mind and feeling to be in when you're flirting with a woman, because you're calm, you're confident, you're in this slight state of arousal, which means maybe you've got like a semi, maybe you've got like a chub. It's not like a full-on boner, but there's something brewing down there, right? Now, what that does is it conveys sexuality when you are talking. That is what fundamentally creates flirtatious energy when you're talking to a woman, and this can trigger pre-selection and thus trigger jealousy, even if she's not around when it happens. That build-up of experience like that will actually suddenly give him a lot more confidence and him a lot more swagger when he interacts with his wife or his girlfriend, and she's going to pick up on that, and then when they're out in public together, she's going to start noticing other women paying attention to him. So him having a higher sex drive is actually a good way to start reigniting the passion again in that relationship. Now, the second scenario we talked about, where his wife or girlfriend has a higher sex drive than him. Again, the power dynamic here is actually in a decent place, but eventually, if he doesn't satisfy her needs physically, she will stray and she will have to find somebody else. So he needs to boost his sex drive, he needs to up his sex drive, he needs to increase his health in that regard. So here is how we do that. There's two key hormones in your brain you want to play around with: dopamine and prolactin. So these things actually dictate the male sex drive, and they dictate the male refractory period as well. You want to decrease the amount of prolactin in your brain and your bloodstream, and you want to increase the dopamine in your brain and your bloodstream. And oddly enough, prolactin, when a guy orgasms, he gets a dump of prolactin in his brain. This is what causes guys to get that sleepy, lethargic kind of feeling, that cuddly feeling after sex. When we decrease the prolactin, we can remove these kind of feminized traits, and we simultaneously increase the male sex drive quite significantly.